What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I wanted to make a video for you today with a special topic of quitting drinking soda. I'm not really sure why that's a special topic, but yeah. So I wanted to start a mini series, and I don't know how long I'll have it go on. My first thought about 11 days ago was to do 2 weeks, and then I decided 2 weeks wasn't long enough. So I decided let's do a month, and I'm kind of feeling like a month isn't long enough either. So I wanted to just start a series and hack off the mini part and just see how long this thing can ride out, and let's milk this cow for as much as it's got. I've 9 days, today is the 10th day, 9 full days, no soda. And some of you might think, geez, what's the big deal? It's just soda. But it's a little bit more complicated than that, and when I say a little bit, I literally mean a little bit, because it's not very complex. But the problem is, for me, is that I don't drink alcohol, and I will every now and then, but I really don't like it as much as I used to. And so for me, the go-to drink was always soda. So it's just one of those things. I used to love drinking orange juice, but it would really wreck my stomach, so I can't drink it anymore. That's probably a hint that I'm drinking too much soda, but I was in denial about that. And water's fine, but it just, compared to like a soft drink, it's boring. So if you had a choice by getting a glass and going to the fridge or sink versus going to the fridge and cracking a can of Coke, I would 9 times out of 10 just get a can of Coke. And for many years, I knew, deep down, I knew I wasn't drinking enough water. I just knew it. But the biggest tip-off, the thing that really set me off to do this, was I went to the dentist, and even though I brush my teeth with an electric toothbrush, and I floss my teeth with those floss picks, and I use mouthwash, I still have cavities. So 9 days in, today is the 10th day, I don't really have many cravings. So that's why I haven't really done any videos leading up to today, because the cravings just aren't there, and it's not as difficult as I would have imagined it to be. So yeah, that's kind of where we sit. I'm gonna grab some coffee. I'll be right back with you guys. Just give me 2 shakes and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so now that I've gotten my coffee and lost all motivation to finish this video, I just want to kind of ramble on about a few other things, because, well, I'm stuck in the car and I'm still driving to work, and I figured I might as well tell you guys a little bit of a update / story. So along with my 10-day no soda period, I am still drinking coffee, because I did get a list from the dentist of things that I can drink with low acidity or low pH, because that messes up your teeth real bad. So coffee is still on the list. Believe it or not, LaCroix, if you think you're doing yourself a favor by drinking LaCroix instead of soda, you are, on one level. You're drinking less sugar and less junk that's filled in with the drink, but you're also doing damage to your teeth by having the carbonation in there. So any carbonated beverage still has some sort of acidity to it. And I'm basing all of this off of what my dentist said. So if you really want to test it out, you can get the pH strips that you can find in science labs, or if you're testing stuff for your pool, assuming you have one, or you could just buy them on Amazon and try it out just as a fun science experiment. In fact, it might be something that I look into to do another video for. But the point of it is that I thought, man, I'm doing myself a great favor. I'm drinking LaCroix. And I told my dentist this, and she scoffed at me and told me that it still is damaging my teeth. So it's a plus for one category and a neutral or negative for the other category. Cheap wave. So a couple other projects that I was working on, and I did a video on this in particular, but there's some changes that I want to make to what I said, and I want to address that as best I can right now. I don't think you need to visually see it, so I'm not really worried about the fact that I'm telling you while I'm driving. But I made a couple comments about getting cases, and if you didn't watch the video, I'll put a link in the description below for you to go check that out. You may have interest in it or you may not. but I was talking about downsizing my game collection, and the reality is that I use slim cases now that take up pretty much half the space of a regular case. So for the most part, you can get 2 games in the same space as one original case. And I've tested this, and I think out of 11 games, or out of 10 games stacked of original games, you can get 11 slim cased games. So that's why I say it's about half, or about 2 games per case. It's not exactly, it's a little thinner than that, but it is what it is. There's one thing I want to take back, and one thing that I'd like to add. And the one thing I'd like to add is that I made the covers, and I'm happy with the way I still make the covers. Now, I would like to make gloss paper, and I would like to find a way to combine the front, spine, and back cover onto one sheet, and then it just prints out as one. Because the process that I would think about doing it now seems like a massive waste of paper. And I'll show you that later instead of just tell you. But other than putting it on one sheet and being gloss paper, I'm content with what I have right now. The only thing I'll say about the sloppy version is that I should tape in the middle as well, because transferring some of the PlayStation games from the green cases that they've been in and putting them into the blue cases I picked up, the middle paper, since it's not taped, ends up folding and makes it a little bit difficult to transfer over. But the next thing I want to talk about that I don't need a visual for is the cases. And I mentioned in the last video talking about buying the clear cases used and saving some money there, when in reality I was able to buy 100 blue cases brand new, shipped to my door for $32 or $33.95, and that of course is including shipping. I mean, let's just say it's $34, you're paying 34 cents a case, which is insane. That's a great deal. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I was thinking that these cases were more expensive. I'm not really sure. I don't want to speculate. It doesn't really matter. Because the problem is that some of the covers were jacked up. Some of them had glue on it, which is a pain in the ass cleaning them. There was some sort of liquid, some sort of something underneath the cover and the case on a lot of them, and I mean, it was just damage. It just sucked. So don't do it. Don't buy used. Don't cheap out. If you're trying to preserve your collection, I don't know why I would possibly recommend using used, unless you get them from a friend and you know they're in good shape. But even then, it's not that expensive to buy brand new. So I would highly recommend you go ahead and go the brand new route. And what I'll show you in a later video is what I've done with all of my games. I'm trying to figure out how I want to display them and be the most efficient use of space in the game room itself. So with that being said, I'm going to end it here. Those are just a few things that I wanted to talk about. I really do appreciate you checking out this video. If you happen to like it, please leave a like. Just that lets me know that you liked it, obviously. If you dislike the video, go ahead and dislike it. You know, I'm not going to cry too hard over it. But please do me a favor and just explain why in the comments, just so I know how to improve the videos for the future. You know, obviously if it's just a dick comment, I'm just probably going to ignore it. I still might say thank you, but whatever. Anyway, all of it helps. I definitely appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.